unmanned aircraft that can be piloted from anywhere. They're used as weapons by America, its allies, and its enemies. Now, another one has been added to the arsenal, one too fast for the naked eye even to track. And instead of carrying a missile, it is the missile. It's called the Switchblade 300. Recently, its creators held the first public demonstration. With exclusive access, here's NBC News national security correspondent Ken Delanian.
Amid the quiet beauty of the Utah desert, a deadly new kind of weapon on display. NBC News got an exclusive look at a so-called killer drone. It doesn't fire a missile, it is the missile.
This is about the size of a toy drone I bought my 12-year-old a few years ago.
The Switchblade can be carried into battle in a backpack and launched miles away from a threat.
Once a target is identified, the Switchblade can find it and kill it in minutes.
Launching.
AeroVironment, the drone's manufacturer, showed us how an operator
Starting our turn.
can put a Switchblade through the window of a truck. Onboard cameras capture the moment before impact.
How far away was the Switchblade when it took that picture?
About 3 meters from the target.
At about $6,000 each, the Switchblade costs a fraction of the $150,000 Hellfire missiles fired from larger military drones. The Pentagon has made deadly mistakes using drones, including in August, when the U.S. military fired at what it thought was an ISIS target, but instead killed 10 civilians, including 7 children. Officials told NBC News analysts saw a child in the target area, but the missile had already been launched. The Afghan-born CEO of AeroVironment says their weapon can cancel an attack up to 2 seconds before impact.
You can make decisions while you're flying the missile in the air as to what to do during your mission.
But the development of smaller, cheaper drones, already being used on the battlefield, pose new dangers for the U.S., too. Paul Shar, a retired U.S. Army Ranger, says weapons like these change the game.
It levels the playing field between the U.S. and terrorist groups or rebel groups in a way that's certainly not good for the United States.
Iranian-backed militias have used similar drones to attack American bases in Iraq and to target the Iraqi prime minister.
The U.S. is definitely vulnerable to drone attack today. We need better defenses, and we need them urgently for U.S. troops overseas.
A new kind of weapon presenting a new kind of risk, both abroad and at home. For the news, I'm Ken Delanian.
Directed almost 3,000 precision strikes last year. We're super proud of it. It allows you to separate the bad guys from the good. It's a big deal. But we have something much bigger. Your kids probably have one of these, right? Not quite. Hell of a pilot? No. That skill is all AI. It's flying itself. Its processor can react 100 times faster than a human. The stochastic motion is an anti-sniper feature. Just like any mobile device these days, it has cameras and sensors, and just like your phones and social media apps, it does facial recognition. Inside here is 3 grams of shaped explosive. This is how it works. Did you see that? That little bang is enough to penetrate the skull and destroy the contents. They used to say guns don't kill people. People do. Well, people don't. They get emotional, disobey orders, aim high. Let's watch the weapons make the decisions. Now, trust me, these were all bad guys. Now that is an airstrike of surgical precision. It's one of a range of products. Trained as a team, they can penetrate buildings, cars, trains, evade people, bullets, pretty much any countermeasure. They cannot be stopped. Now, I said this was big. Why? Because we are thinking big. Watch. A $25 million order now buys this. Enough to kill half a city. The bad half. Nuclear is obsolete. Take out your entire enemy, virtually risk-free. Just characterize him, release the swarm, and rest easy. These are available today. We have a distribution network taking orders from military, law enforcement, and specialist clients.
The nation is still recovering from yesterday's incident, which officials are describing as some kind of automated attack, which killed 11 U.S. senators at the Capitol building.
They flew in from everywhere, but attacked just one side of the aisle. It was chaos. People were screaming.
You can see high windows, very small, precisely punctured to gain entry to the building.
What did you do for the victim?
I just did what I could for him. Things weren't even interested in me. They're just buzzing.
Government sources admit the intelligence community has no idea who perpetrated the attack, nor whether it was a state, group, or even a single individual.
So if we can't defend ourselves, then we strike back.
We are investing very heavily in classified defense projects.
We make it our deterrent like our nuclear deterrent. We stockpile in the millions, the billions.
At key facilities, the White House, the New York Stock Exchange, Wall Street.
Safe in their homes?
Well, we wish we had boots on the ground in every community in this country, but we don't.
So our instructions,
Ollie?
our suggestions are to stay in touch with you.
Ollie, hi. Hi, Ollie, honey. How's Edinburgh today? How are all your studies going, huh?
Good. Great.
Oh, great. Hey, aren't we doing a video call today?
I'm kind of with people, so.
Oh, well, come on, Oliver, put her on.
Oh no, it's not like that.
Oh, well, listen, I see some photos here with somebody, and I can see lots of likes, and what's that all about? Oh, wait a minute, here, it's on your
Mom, she's on the spy stuff in the military.
What is this video right here? Oh.
No, I'm not going to click on that. It's just this human rights thing about oppression or whatever.
Honey, you're not going into politics, are you? I mean,
Mom, it's safe here, just like you said it would be.
Heavy traffic approaching the A720 this morning.
Police are not saying this morning what prompted the alert.
Claim relaxing firearm legislation would be useless against the so-called slaughter bots.
Is to stay away from crowds. When indoors, keep windows covered with shutters.
Protect your family. Stay inside.
Oliver, can you hear me? Listen to me.
I can hear it, Mom.
Yes,
Authorities are still struggling to make sense of an attack on university campuses worldwide, which targeted some students and not others. The search for a motive is apparently turning to social media, and a video shared by the victims exposing corruption at the high.
It's far from surprising. The weapons took away the expense, danger, and risk of waging war. And now we can't afford to challenge anyone, really. It's not even the smallest fringe group or a crank.
Who could have done this?
Anyone.
Dumb weapons drop where you point them. Smart weapons consume data. When you can find your enemy using data, even by a hashtag, you can target an evil ideology right where it starts.
His family home when they were hit by a US drone strike.
We were having fun, which turned into a pool of blood. There are 6 people in this family. All of us were injured.
The drone targeted a senior leader of the Al-Qaeda-linked group who was riding on a motorcycle, which Qasim tried to overtake, as he says.
We were hit at whose expense? We are civilians. Why is it our fault? May God compensate us.
Kasim's 10-year-old son remains in intensive care with a serious head injury. His father fears he may never fully recover.
The Americans were supposed to have a precise target. I hold the American government responsible for what happened to my kids and my family. I call for justice for this injustice that has been inflicted on us.
As for the US, they launch yet another investigation.
The initial review of the strike did indicate the potential for possible civilian casualties. I don't have any updates for you on that. I would point you to CENTCOM for that. As you know, whenever there's a potential for that, they do their own investigation.
Instead of closing credits, US-led coalition confirmed 1,417 civilian deaths from its actions in Syria and Iraq. However, the true toll could be much higher.